Yo Lakers Nation, what is going on? So in today's video we gotta talk about a trade target that honestly nobody is talking about enough, and it could be exactly the type of move that helps Luka Doncic compete for another championship in Los Angeles. Because what if I told you the Lakers could potentially steal a 25-year-old two-way player from the Denver Nuggets who just signed a massive $125 million contract? And the craziest part is Denver might actually have a reason to move him. We're talking about Christian Braun, and after hearing this entire report you might actually believe he should be one of Rob Pelinka's top trade targets this offseason. But would you trade assets for him, and what would the Lakers have to give up to make it happen? We're breaking all of that down right now. So according to a report from Maxwell Ogden of Lake Show Life, the Lakers could have an opportunity to pursue Christian Braun because of Denver's salary situation and the emergence of Peyton Watson. Now if you've been following the Nuggets, then you already know Peyton Watson has been developing into a really valuable player for them, and Denver reportedly wants to do whatever it takes to keep him around long term. And that's where things get interesting for the Lakers. Because Denver is already dealing with luxury tax concerns and trying to build around Nikola Jokic while keeping their roster deep enough to contend for championships. Eventually difficult decisions have to be made. And according to this report, one of those difficult decisions could involve Christian Braun. Now before we go any further, let me know in the comments right now. Would you trade for Christian Braun, yes or no? And if your answer is yes, what players would you be willing to give up? I'm really curious to see what Lakers Nation thinks about this one. Now for those of you who don't know, Braun is coming off another strong season, and at only 25 years old he fits exactly what the Lakers should be looking for. Young, athletic, plays hard on both ends of the floor, rebounds well, and most importantly he doesn't need the basketball in his hands all game long to make an impact. That's a huge deal when you're building around Luka Doncic. Because when Luka is running the offense you need players who can defend, cut to the basket, knock down open shots, and do all the little things that help teams win. Braun checks a lot of those boxes. In fact, one of the biggest issues the Lakers have had recently is finding perimeter defenders who can consistently take pressure off their stars. And that's exactly where Braun could help immediately. The report specifically points out how Braun could fit next to Luka in the backcourt because he provides defensive coverage and toughness. That's something the Lakers desperately need. Not only that, but Braun is also a surprisingly good rebounder for his position. He averaged nearly 5 rebounds per game this season and over 5 rebounds per game the year before. Those extra possessions matter, especially during playoff basketball. Now I know some fans are going to look at the injuries from last season and be concerned. Braun only played 44 games during the 2025-2026 season after playing 79 games the year before. That's definitely something the Lakers would need to evaluate. But according to the report his production remained strong whenever he was on the floor. So the talent isn't really the concern. The bigger question is, what would it actually cost? Because that's where this gets complicated. The Lakers reportedly have the financial flexibility to absorb Braun's contract better than a lot of teams around the league. That gives them an advantage if Denver starts seriously listening to offers. However, Denver probably isn't just giving him away for nothing. The report mentions that draft assets could be involved, and it also suggests players like Jared Vanderbilt or Dalton Knecht could potentially be part of discussions. And that's where Lakers fans might be split. Because while Braun is a really good player, you're still talking about giving up assets to get him. So the real question becomes this: is Christian Braun good enough to justify moving pieces that could be used in a bigger trade later? That's the debate Rob Pelinka would have to answer. Personally, I can definitely see the appeal. A 25-year-old championship-experienced player who can defend, rebound, and fit next to Luka sounds like the exact type of role player every contender wants. At the same time, the Lakers have other needs too. They still need more size in the frontcourt, and there are other trade targets expected to become available this offseason. So while Braun is a really intriguing option, he probably isn't the only option on the Lakers' radar. But if Denver truly makes him available, then this is absolutely a situation Lakers fans should keep an eye on. Because opportunities to add young two-way players entering their prime don't come around very often. And if the price is reasonable, this could end up being one of the smartest moves of the entire offseason. But now I want to hear from you guys. Would you trade for Christian Braun? What package would you offer Denver? And do you think he's the perfect fit next to Luka Doncic? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe for more Lakers news, rumors and trade updates. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.